Lotus Squad. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. So, I couldn't even stay away for a full 24 hours before I was like, you know what? We're going to stay consistent, like I said, speak it to existence, but also walk it like I talk it. But I don't know if it's just me or not. Let me just go ahead and ask, is it just me or is it one of them days? Because it certainly felt that way for me today. And although I'm still blessed and highly favored, there's still a lot of energies that was like going on in the background on the sidelines that was making me give the bombastic side eye. So I said, you know what? Instead of sitting in my head, ruminating over it, playing it over and over in my head and letting it affect my day, I'm going to come on here and share it with you guys and see what the cards have to say. Now, just to kind of That's so funny. So right as I was getting ready to jump into the tea, girl, I was like, why did this card just like present itself like, hey, don't even shuffle it anymore, just start, right? Um, and that's funny. I feel like that could be a message for us as well. Just start. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever ideas that you want to pursue, dreams, goals, manifest your vision. And I think that, I guess that's a lesson. I guess it's coming to me as I'm talking out loud and sharing it with you guys. So I guess it's a good thing I decided to get out of my head and actually do something about it. Do something different, do something constructive instead of trying to run from my emotions. But it's funny how that card came out and was just like, look, I mean, just look at the photo, girl. Just look. Like, I'm trying to make it focus. But you could see it. You could see it. It's like she's like, "Ah, yeah, 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 yeah." And he just looks like, damn, bitch, if you don't shut up. Eh, that could be some of the dynamics that we're dealing with right now. It could be people on our backs, breathing down our necks about getting this done, doing this by this, hour day, and then when they need to follow through on something or they need to adhere to the correct timeline, to deadlines, it's like they have no accountability. That's what's coming to me right now. I see some wine on the ground, girl. That's so funny. Look. Okay, I'm gonna show it again. Look at this wine right here. I feel like some of us, we might be around people that are driving us to drink. Just, or at least that's how it feels. And I feel like there are some other options. Let's look at those cups as like love offers or offers in general, opportunities even. I feel like we have a solid two for some of us, and quite literally the ones that we may have lost or walked away from fairly recently might be three. Because it looks like these are overturned, and throughout the argument or whatever the hell's going on with homegirl over here or home dude or whatever that is, it's like there's a lot of regret. There's a lot of sadness, from the situation. It's nothing but negativity. You got somebody in your ear with nothing but negativity. All they want to do is argue, and you're dealing with your own trials and tribulations. You're dealing with your own um journey, really, your own emotions, your own stressors and stresses and all that. But yet you have someone that's in the background that may even know all the stuff that you're dealing with, or maybe at least most of it. You try to tell them, hey, this is what's going on. I'm not really feeling myself lately. Um, and you just got someone breathing down your neck about it. And it's crazy to me because a part of me there was a card that wants to come out, you guys. I'm sorry, but it just wants to come out. Now that's funny because this was in the reading from yesterday. Guys, go check that out if you missed it. It's titled, I believe, Chosen Ones. You figured them and their evil plot out. And it's two parts. And this card came out in the same position, Five of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like right now the challenge is recovering what was lost. So some of you guys could have dealt with, actually physically being ill or dealing with an illness in the family, dealing with having to shell out money for treatment for that. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody's trying to figure out what they're going to do. Or some of you guys are just focused on your money, your home, trying to recover the losses financially. This could be in the form of jobs. This could be in the form of even just your personal finances that you may have had saved up in savings. Right now the challenge is to recover from, if you guys were sick and maybe you guys had to take some time off. So that was one way that you may have lost money. You guys are being challenged with trying to recover what was lost. And I do feel like you guys will do that because, I mean, just tying into the previous reading and the placement that was in, it the outcome was that we will recover. So whatever it is that we're dealing with, any sort of regrets or, guilt about something, I feel like there's a lot of guilt and regret from either those around you or the lot of everyone, and it's causing a lot of upset. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of changes. Maybe there's some people around you that just don't like change, or don't know how to cope well with change. And I think that the challenges that we're currently facing, some of us, again, as stated before, some of us really might be in our heads about it. It's funny because this Two of Cups reverse, it could be a situation where you guys were in a relationship or you had a contract with someone or an agreement with someone. I believe that I'm hearing breach of contract. I'm hearing, if you guys were married at one point or in a committed relationship, that it seems like somebody's making the decision to have to walk away. That could also be where some of the sadness and regret is coming from. But let me go ahead and shuffle because, and that's I love how I split the deck and was getting ready to start shuffling again. And here we go, the Nine of Cups upright. I do feel like you guys will get to a point where you will start to see abundance into your life more consistently. You guys will start to see the things that you've been making so much effort and putting so much work towards. You'll start to see good things manifest from this. So if you guys have been striving for, your long-term goals, such as like, you know, creating a business or, trying to find ways to get promoted or finding other ways to make your money work for you, investments and financial literacy, things like that. I feel like the more that we focus on trying to learn more about different solutions that we may not have thought of before, didn't even know existed before, the more we look into these things and try to find the resources necessary to recover what was lost, I believe we can find it, but we're not going to do it efficiently and in a timely fashion when we have certain people in our ear, just naysayers, negative people, people that just they never have anything positive to say about anything. It's not even just like personally for some of you guys, and this could definitely be in the workplace and the family as well for some of you specifically. Now, I do see this Two of Wands. Oh, I'm sorry, Page of Wands. Interesting that I thought of the Two of Wands when clearly this is the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands is all about feeling inspired and feeling passionate, feeling creative. You're wanting to act on some ideas that you had creatively, for the artists out there. Some of you guys may be feeling inspired. I feel like those of us that may be surrounded with negative Nancy's and naysayers, a lot of us are free spirits, and I think that we're starting to come into our own. And the more that we put pen to paper, the more that we speak and act on what it is that our actual life purpose and vision, life's vision really is. The more we get clear on that, the more we act on that, I think that a lot of good things can come of it. But we've got to separate from these negative people. And I think that some of us are in the process of doing that, walking away from any energy where you just start to notice everything was going well a little bit ago. And then right when I talk to this person, now everything's starting to it's like, get it out of your life, and only you know who comes to mind as I say this. And whoever comes to mind, that's who I'm talking about. And it might help more people. It might be multiple people. It might not just be one for some of you. But The good news is that with this Ten of Pentacles, a lot of us will be able to create the foundation necessary to be able to build and sustain wealth, or just be able to be abundant in every sense of the word. So, whether that's abundant in opportunity, abundant in ideas, abundant in love, abundant in happiness, joy. I think that the more we focus on these things and take action and continue to be the free spirit that we are, regardless of the naysayers and negative Nancy surrounding us, especially those dealing with family members that are like that, they're stuck in their ways, they're not going to change. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with someone that likes to drink a lot and they get real mouthy and belligerent, you know, um, when they do, or when they've had a bit too much. Let's put it like that. But focusing here, you're playing chess, not checkers here. And some of these people might think that they're playing chess, okay, but they're not. Because I feel like somebody in the family, there may be a scapegoat or an outcast. I mean, take a look at this. You know, the person at the bottom of that card, they look so dejected, rejected, isolated, ignored, dismissed, even devalued. It's just discarded. I'm hearing discarded. Really feel like a lot of people may have built wealth off the backs of those of the less fortunate. That came to mind just with the visual I see here. You see two people, or two of the same class or caste, whatever you want to label it, sitting and playing chess while you've got the scapegoat, the black sheep, holding up the chessboard as if they're not even there. Some of us are dealing with shedding and releasing some of these kinds of emotions from some of those dynamics. Now, this may not be for everyone, but I definitely feel like that's something to note. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. See, I love it. That's so funny because as I was getting into the reading and getting everything shuffled up and ready, it's like the messages are coming clearly. I mean, it's blowing my mind right now. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little astounded at the moment because to me, it's like, wow, the Seven of Pentacles. I mean, we were just talking about wanting to get into financial literacy and investments and studying and learning about new resources about how to make money work for you, and it looks like what you're investing in is definitely bearing fruit. So the fruits of your labor, you'll start to bear fruit. you know the investments that you decide to move forward with, where you'll see either double the return or however much return on it, the more investments that you make into resources and things like that, instead of buying things that depreciate in value. For example, like smoking all the time, or whatever, things that don't make more money for you residually. Okay. It's just you buy it, you want to get more, you want to get this, you want to get that, but it's just stuff that's sitting all around you collecting dust for some of us. And we never really thought about, well, hey, how can I budget my money? What is it, what are my expenditures that I really could cut out, that I don't need, that could really potentially help me build what I need faster and grow? It looks like that's exactly what we're doing. That's what I'm saying. It's synchronicities. The more that you invest in yourself and into those that invest in you with reciprocity, I definitely see long term stability, long term growth. You're creating that foundation for a stable home, stable job, an abundant amount of wealth, happiness, love. I mean, all of the above. The more that you invest in yourself and things that make your money work for you, you guys are healing right now. And you know what? I want to lay the rest of this out because I don't want this to be too long, right? But some of us have been feeling stuck in life, okay? In the recent past, some of us may have been stuck on some things that happened eons ago, or you're dealing with people that are still stuck on something that may have happened decades ago. It's like, when can we move on? I'm laying the cards out, you guys. Why are you do what is this? Okay, so anyway, I really feel like we're dealing with some delays right now. So some of our creative ideas, our passions, our long-term goals, I feel like some of us have felt stuck in the past and we couldn't gain traction. And no matter how much effort we put into striving for those things, striving for, our dreams and things like that, I feel like a lot of us felt like we just weren't moving forward. Some of us may have dealt with people coming in and out of our lives like a revolving door, or we're in and out of their life, or, just because they're family or what have you. And I think that a lot of us realize that some of these energies that these people carry are literally blockers of our blessings. Just hands down, cut and dry. They are blocks to our blessings. And I think we're realizing that and we're realizing the gravity of that. And we realize what we want out of life now, right? And some of us are frustrated because we want things to happen in the way that we think it should, when we think it should, but not really giving a second thought to the fact that divine intervention is at play. And that's exactly what's going on here. But I do feel like the more we go back to people, places, and things that, or allow people, places, and things back in our lives that we know serve no higher purpose, that's going to continue to be a block to your blessing. And right now, I think a lot of us are just releasing. We're grieving right now. Some of you may finally feel like you're starting to come out of that. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And once you let go, I mean, I see this hangman here in the near future. Once you let go, then the devil's grip, this is the devil in reverse, the devil's grip has no other choice but to slip. They won't have a hold on you anymore. That energy, that demonic energy won't have a hold on you anymore. The negativity, the heavy, dark energy that some people that you may have surrounded yourself with in the past, even that type of energy, it won't have a hold on you anymore. And it's going to take releasing karmics. Even some of them may be like, oh, I just want to be friends, blah, blah. That's not going to work. We got to get real with ourselves. That's not going to work. Especially if we know that they haven't acted as someone that truly would be considered a friend would act. They don't act the way a good friend would act. Family, even. They're not, and they never have. You know what I mean? And through the grieving process, stay strong. Keep your head up because, it may feel like there's nowhere left to turn. But I think that right now you're being tested. Your faith is being tested. How much do you want it is what we're all being asked. And I think that cutting off communication permanently with a lot of people that is coming to mind right now. I know you're thinking of somebody right now. And don't be impulsive, don't be foolish, don't deal with childish people. Pay attention to your surroundings. Then you'll start to see balance, emotional stability, control. Love can start to enter your life, opportunities. I feel like someone's offering their cup here, but they had to let go of some toxicity in the past in order to get to the point where they are healed, they're healthy enough to actually be their best self while being with you. I think some of us have to realize that some of us need to cut out the fat, the proverbial fat in our lives. Make it lean, mean, and a fight machine. And I'm telling you, I know it feels burdensome. I know you're feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, but that's coming to an end, honey. Release yourself from toxic habits and people that indulge in toxic habits and people that are just toxic in general. Greed, materialism, lust, the seven deadly sins, basically. Anyone who leans too much into those energies. You know what I mean? You got to stay away from them. And you got to tame those sorts of energies within yourself as well, within ourselves. We all do. But the outcome is this. You guys, the more you take action on your creative ideas and your long term goals, you will start to see things blossom and bloom and flourish in your life. I think some of you guys that may have been looking for work, you felt like things were at a standstill, you're going to start getting interviews. Some of you guys may even get some company. Maybe you guys are going out and maybe hanging out with friends and enjoying life again. Maybe you stopped doing that for a while and decided, you know what, let me go out with some people I can trust and see if we can actually have a good time, instead of just doing the same old thing every day. The more that we step outside of our comfort zone and take action towards manifesting our dreams into reality and staying away from the negativity and toxicity, the more we'll start to see the beauty in our own lives and the more we'll be able to manifest what it is that we have in our vision. So that is what I have for you guys. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this reading resonated with you, drop a like. And I'd love to know your thoughts below. Until next time, you guys, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.